Yo, what's good everyone? It's your boy Spaghetti and Meatballs here. Here a couple hours before our flight. We're gonna be doing our deck profiles over here for everything that we played throughout the main event and the side event over here. So I'm gonna start things off with the deck that I played for my side event, and is Dark Magician. Don't clear Magian. If our boys back at YCS Vegas knows about it, you know, and that's also Matt behind the camera over here. So what's up, Matt?
What up, what up, what up?
So, without further ado, let's get straight into the deck profile, baby. Once again, let's get straight into the deck profile. Shout outs to Matt as well. He also helped me build this deck too. Very experimental, has a lot of potential. You just need to have the time in the lab to do so. So, start things off, double copies of Dark Magician. You don't need anything more, you don't need anything less, because playing less than 2 right now is really risky because of Bistios. And 2 is just the perfect number just to get it out through your primate cards and your Dark Magician cards as well. Not playing any of the other bricks, but we are playing the 1 copy of Tomias over here. Obviously, Tomias is just a polymerization on legs, and especially the fact that Tomias is back in here now because we do play the Blue Eyes Link 1, and being Dragon Locked is not exactly the easiest thing in the world, but due to Tomias being a dragon, you are able to get this out really easily and then just link both off for Hermetic Seal. We're only playing 1 copy of Magician's Rod over here because we do have the primate normal summons here, but this card's still really good in order to get any access to your other Dark Magician spell and trap cards, which most likely is going to be Soul Servant. Triple copies of Magician's Souls over here. Magician's Soul is really good. Obviously, 1 for 1, it dumps your Dark Magician to the graveyard. Second of all, obviously it gets you some of your draws, especially when it comes to like your back row getting really clogged easily because we do have a whole bunch of continuous spell and trap cards in here. So being able to get rid of some of those with Magician's Souls and just to get a couple plus draws over here is actually really good. So, and the great thing about these cards as well is that either the Magician's Rod, the Magician's Souls, or even the Primate Dragon Ether Barrel can link into the Blue Eyes Link 1 to help you go for the Erratic Seals easily. Erratic Seals is definitely a big part of this deck as well, because of the other dragons that we play in here. We are playing double copies of Illusion and Chaos to get you any access to either one of these monsters over here or Dark Magician itself. And then spells over here, playing triple copies of Soul Servant. This is obviously your best one over here, along with triple copies of Secrets of Dark Magic. I went back to playing 3 copies of Secrets of Dark Magic because of the fact that we are just playing a whole bunch of dragons in here. So being able to just use this with easy access to your Dark Magician and the amount of dragons that you have in this deck gets you really easy access to Red Effect Dragoon and more. We're playing double copies of Dark Magical Circle here, being able to just either hit one of these this spell cards over here, or being able to hit either one of these 2. We're playing the Magician's Salvation and the Eternal Soul over here, being able to just have access to the Banish every single turn with Dark Magician and Eternal Soul, the Dark Magician Triangle as people call it. And the last spell we're playing here, basically kind of in archetype, is Mausoleum of White. Mausoleum of White, obviously you search it off your Blue Eyes Link 1, and especially due to the fact that this card can dump Dark Magician to graveyard because it doesn't really mention Blue Eye specifically, and it's also the fact that if you have access to like Magician's Salvation with no copies of like Dark Magician whatsoever, now that's really easy to do because you could turn either one of these or the Primate Dragon Ether Barrel into the Blue Eyes Link 1, get access to Mausoleum of White. Mausoleum of White will dump Dark Magician, and then you just switch out your field spell to go into Magician's Salvation, set Eternal Soul, and now you have access to your Dark Magician, and especially if you have access to your Dark Magical Circle or your Fusion spell over here, that makes the deck a lot better as well. So that is going to be it for all the Dark Magician cards. Primate cards, absolutely broken. We're still playing triple copies of Ether Barrel. This is just your better normal summon of the deck, and especially the fact that you get access to Primate Loady Load or your copy of Drill Beam. Drill Beam is just so broken, you don't need to play more than 1 in my own opinion. The card just comes back every single turn, especially when you have this on your field, and it comes back every single turn as well. During your standby phase, as long as you have a Dark Magician in your graveyard or in your or on the field, Primate Loady Load searches either one of these 2, and it's just basically a full circle there. So Primate cards, insanely broken, and as I mentioned before, this can easily get access to your to your mausoleum or wipe through the Blue Eyes Link 1. And the last engine that we're playing in here are going to be Bystials. So we max out on triple copies of Bystial Rebellion. Obviously, when you see this card in your hand first, you just want to try your best to get out as possible. But if they don't, you getting access to Bystial Magnuma is actually really good, because now Bystial Magnuma just turns into any other Bystials here during the end phase whenever the card is summoned. So playing triple copies of Druid Swarm, and we're playing one copy of Boldrick here. Don't need to play, in my own opinion, you don't need to play anything more. If you want to play anything more, you could play another copy of Bystial Boldrick. Bystial Rebellion is a little bit out of people's budgets right now, so you could play like one or two of these, which is fine. I used to play the one, but seeing three was just a lot better for me. And you can just like max out on more copies of Boldrick as well. And the last one card over here, we're playing one copy of Branded Regain. Branded Regain is really good against like Malice as well, because whenever they would banish one of their Malice names and activate the effect, especially when it's their turn, they go Chain Link 1 and then you go Chain Link 2, put that back, and then you get an extra draw for that. And whenever your opponent would just normal special summon a monster, you could just get any of these Bystials from your graveyard. And especially when you have access to like Bystial Magnum as well, being able to just get the extra dragon either during end of your turn or going into your opponent's turn with the Bystial with the Branded Regain as well. So Bystial's really good, especially the fact that you're playing a whole bunch of dragons here as well to help you get access to your Red X Dark Dragoon with Dark Magician is absolutely easy. And especially the fact that when you have access to your Bystial Druid Swarm on the board, it just basically sets up an extra interruption while when you summon your Red X Dark Dragoon, and then you have this just to send one of your opponent's cards first, and you still have an Omni Negate with this as well, which is absolutely broken. So that's going to be it for the Bystials of your deck. And now, last couple cards in here, playing triple copies of Ash Blossom and triple copies of Veiler. No more hand traps, just want to try to max out on seeing like the Veiler, and especially the fact that if your opponent's not really playing a lighter dark deck like something like Mermails, for example, or Crystron, you have access to banishing your Veiler with any of your Bystials as well. And it kind of does conflict with Imperm the Bystials, because sometimes depending on what your opponent is playing, you might want to like Imperm something, or if you want to Bystial first and then you have the Imperm dead in your hand, that's something that I still have to test out with, but that was definitely a theory for sure. So that's going to be it for the main deck. We have 42 cards in there. Now let's get straight to the extra deck. We are playing double copies of Dragoon. This card is just probably the most broken card of your deck, especially with backed up with all your Dark Magician spells, with Trap like Dark Magical Circle, Eternal Soul, and Drill Beam as well. Like, this is just basically gets you an infinite loop at this point. Drill Beam sets back every turn. You get Dark Magician on your field with Eternal Soul, primite load every single turn. So it's just a really recursive deck. Once the deck starts going, it keeps going for sure. One copy of the Dark Magicians. I know we can't really resolve the second effect because we don't have Dark Magician Girl in here, but being able to unbrick your hand a little bit by getting rid of those extra spellcasters, or if your opponent goes like, if you go Magician's Rod and then they attempt to like Veiler or Impermanent, you can just change Secrets of Dark Magic, get rid of the Dark Magician in your hand and the Magician's Rod on the board to dodge Imperm, and then you go for the Dark Magicians. And especially the fact that if you were to activate another spell like Soul Survey, for example, right after that, Dark Magicians would just draw that card that you stacked on top of your deck, so you don't need to use your draw one from the Soul Servant just yet. One of the cards that I do summon a lot if I don't go for the Red X Dark Dragoon is definitely the Guardian Chimera, because obviously just getting a lot of bodies on your board is really easy in this deck, and especially the fact that Secrets of Dark Magic is super easy to activate as well, because once again, Secrets of Dark Magic requires Dark Magician, and obviously you have instant access with that with Eternal Soul, Primate Load especially as well, so that's really easy to summon and is really good to resolve against your opponent. We have one Typhon, really good in the grind game, one copy of Chaos Angel, you have Bystials, you have Dark Magician Rod, you have certain combos of cards you can just have just so you can go for the Chaos Angel. Double copies of the Blue Eyes Link 1. Obviously, you can turn your Rod and Souls into this really easily, and just make sure that your end board is good with seals. Another Dragon Link one we play in here is the Imduct, because sometimes you would still want to go for the Heretic Seal, but you only have like the Ether Barrel and the Dark Magician, so you would just link away the Dark Magician to this, then link both away for your Heretic Seal. Last couple cards we played, IP Masquerena, SP Little Knight, IP going to SP, really good. And then Dark, because you play mainly Darks in your deck, and there are Darks in the format as well, such as Malice for example, so you can just steal their monsters and then you just like go them away for Celine. You have a lot of spells, so you don't need to worry about not having counters. And last card you're playing in here is Access Code Talker. So that's going to be it for the extra deck. Now we're going to get ourselves into the side deck over here. A lot of people don't have access to this card, which is fine if you don't, but we're playing triple copies of Fuelos, because Fuelos just basically slows your opponents down, and the more cards you have in your hand with Dark Magician, in my own opinion, the better you are. So being able to play with more cards is really good. Lancia is just Malice 8, 1 Rhizio Detonator with triple copies of Metatronus, really good. And then one of the cards that popped off was definitely triple copies of Deck Lockdown, because Rhizio just cannot play under this, especially the fact that you not only you just can't add from this, but you cannot special summon from deck either. So neither player has access to this, but I believe you are able to send this for cost for Magician Souls, and then once the card's in graveyard, it just checks that, so you're able to draw 2 cards as well. So that's really good.
It says you can still draw cards.
Okay, you can still draw cards. Gotcha.
That's why you can do that.
Gotcha. And then another card we can just basically 2 cards you can just also out if we really need to is definitely Skill Drain and Rivalry of Warlords, especially when your end board is just Dragoon with back row. Like Dragoon Dark Magician with back row is really good. With Rivalry and Skill Drain, obviously we can just add our own Skill Drain easily, so we can just turn this off whenever we want. So that is going to be it for the deck profile. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and you're going to be seeing this deck profile along with a couple others as well, with your boy Spaghetti and Meatballs behind the camera, and another one of my decks, which was Blue Eyes, that I played in the main event. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.